This portion of the video is sponsored by ZipRecruiter. We got the third monitor, ladies and gentlemen. You wouldn't hire a baby to work for your business, would you? So why would you hire someone who's not qualified? Well, with ZipRecruiter, who's also sponsoring today's video, you can take the burden off of finding the right person for your role. ZipRecruiter is a #1 rated hiring site that uses matching technology to scan resumes to find qualified candidates for your open roles and proactively presents them to you. If you're a business owner who's hiring, then you probably face a lot of challenges when it comes to finding the right person. Not enough applicants with the right skills or experience, too many resumes to sort through, or not knowing where to post your job to reach the right people. When you post a job on ZipRecruiter, they send your job to over 100 top job sites, giving you access to their network of millions of job seekers. You can then easily review recommended candidates and invite your top choices to apply for your job. So go ahead and try them out, you guys. It's free just for my subscribers over at ZipRecruiter.com/TechSource, or just click the link below. Thanks again to ZipRecruiter for sponsoring this portion of the video. Welcome to part 2 of building my ultimate dream setup. Okay, not again, Shayla. Seriously, this is the second time you're doing this. You've done this already for part 1. You can't keep interrupting Daddy. Daddy's working. He's building his setup, okay? I promise I'll show you after I'm done. I promise I'll show you after I'm done. But now you have to go. You have to go play with Mommy. You have to go play with Mommy. No. I can't. I love your little hair. I love what Mommy did with your hair. Can you let Daddy work today, please? No interruptions. I know you love the camera, but I gotta work, okay? So yeah, as I was saying, make sure to check the video below if you guys want to get all caught up on what exactly we did to get this set up to this point. So I'll give you guys a quick recap on what I've done so far with the setup. As you can see, I installed a custom desk against the wall using 4 brackets to achieve this beautiful floating look. I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. I also hooked up 2 of the 4 monitors that I'll be using with my quad TIE Fighter monitor layout. I got 2 more monitors coming in, of course. And I've also upgraded both of my speakers. As you can see, I picked up some LS50 wireless 2 from Kef. Absolutely incredible sound from these things. And I've been using the setup for about 2 weeks now, and the desk hasn't cracked or bent or anything, so far, so good. The rest of the gear has been brought over from my previous setup. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the PC, the peripherals, and of course my microphone. Most of that stuff is temporary until I can upgrade it in the next few weeks. For example, I do want to pick up some new mice and replace my headphones and my boom arm. I want to get something longer because this one doesn't exactly reach all the way. It kind of looks like it does, but it's about 1 feet away from my mouth, and I would like it to be a little closer. I like longer, thicker things to be really close to my mouth for convenience. But real quick, guys, for the headphones, I keep telling you that I want to improve my audio game. This is great for gaming, but obviously it's not like the best set of headphones out there. Any audiophiles watching this video, can you recommend me a nice pair of cans in the comment section down below? I'm not too concerned about the color scheme. Obviously, if the headphones are in white, they'll be freaking fantastic, but you know, if they come in a different color, I'll try and mod it by skinning it or painting it so it matches the color scheme. But I just want a pair of really nice cans that match the setup, that deliver crisp sound, amazing soundstage that I can use to kind of just enjoy watching content or even game, for example. I don't really have a budget, but I don't want you guys to recommend me $50,000 pair of headphones because I don't want to drop that kind of money, obviously. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys have, and I'll do some research. So I want to take this time to unbox my custom TechSource sign. It's been sitting in the corner of the office for about 2 weeks now, and it's almost past the cutoff time where I can request an RMA. So I'm gonna open it up and at least inspect it for damages, if there are any. I love that it comes in this wooden crate. Looks like it's sealed shut with some screws on the side here. It says open over here, so let's follow the instructions, I guess. Damn, that's a lot of screws. All right, here we go. Oh, it comes in pieces. That makes sense, actually. What is this? Is this like the template? Oh, it is. This is the template. So this is the actual size of the logo. Two separate pieces, one for the T, one for the half S. These are the cables, and then we got the RGB remotes. Oh, the quality on this is actually really good. I don't know what material this is, but it feels very, very sturdy. It's either vinyl or MDF wood. Actually feels more like vinyl. And there's the T, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that is so freaking clean. It is RGB backlit. There's a bunch of LED strips in the back, so once it's hooked up against the wall, it's going to illuminate the lighting from behind it. It's gonna look really sick. All right, so here's what it's gonna look like more or less on the ceiling, minus the cables being visible, because we're gonna drill separate holes for that and route it right through the ceiling so you can't see any of that. It's gonna literally look so freaking clean. We do have the remote to power it on and then to change the color to anything I want. So let's just put, I don't know, teal for now. Obviously the lights are gonna be way more vibrant than that because it's going to be reflecting off of the white ceiling instead of gray. And there's gonna be about a centimeter space between. So once it floats a little bit higher, as you can see, the lights get brighter. So right now it's literally sitting flush against the wall, so you can't see the lights. But yeah, it's gonna look freaking amazing, you guys. I cannot wait. Oh, this is beyond my expertise, unfortunately, because they're gonna have to install an additional outlet on the top of the ceiling, and I don't know how to do that, so I don't have to call an electrician to get that set up. So it's gonna be at least another week or two. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the sign. I think it looks freaking incredible. All right, so it's been awfully quiet here for the past few weeks, to be honest. I've been really just itching to jump on and continue building my setup, but I can't. It's a waiting game right now. The biggest piece that I'm waiting for is my second countertop, which is gonna be the headboard for the setup. That is pretty much the centerpiece of it all. That is what's gonna hold everything together. So that's coming in 2 days. But in the meantime, I did order a bunch of other things for the setup, like a bunch of mounts for the monitors. I ordered speaker stands for the speakers, obviously. And I did pick up a new boom arm, a bigger boom arm with a further reach. It is in black, unfortunately, which I'm gonna have to paint in white. But yeah, just a bunch of miscellaneous things in between. So I do wanna take this time though and unbox my fourth and final monitor, which came in a couple days ago, and then check out the speaker stands and see if these are gonna be strong enough to support the weight of my kefs. So this over here, you guys, is my new main gaming monitor. This is another ViewSonic Elite model, but this one is the XG251G. All right, you guys ready for the specs? It's a 25-inch, 1080p, 360 hertz refresh rate monitor. Let's freaking go, baby. I wish this came in a 27-inch. Jesus Lord, dude. I wish this came in a 27-inch model, but unfortunately 25 is the only option they offer. So there's gonna be a little bit of inconsistency compared to my other 27-inch monitors, but I kind of found a solution to that. And I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do with the new layout. So it's got the exact same design model as the other Elite monitor, and even the mount gets installed the same exact way. So you got the neck piece, and then no screws or tools are needed to install a mount, which is cool, but I'm not gonna use this anyways because I'll be hooking up the monitor against the headboard. So I'm just putting this on just so I can boot it up. Okay, well now I don't have the space for this on the desk because I got the 4K display. You know what, let's swap displays. I'm gonna swap my 4K with the 360 hertz because I do want to test it out tonight playing Warzone with the boys for sure. Oh my God, so many cables. Oh, it's gonna be a nightmare to manage all these. We got the same thick boy bezels over here, so we're gonna have to skin that. At least there'll be some sort of consistency with the bezel skinning. So this is gonna be going on the top, and the 4K monitor is gonna be going on the bottom, kind of at a tilted angle. It makes the most sense because this is a smaller monitor, obviously, so it kind of follows a pyramid layout. And I'm gonna be flipping the top monitor upside down, so the bottom bezel is towards the bottom. It's gonna look a lot cleaner, of course. This is gonna minimize the bezels between both displays as well, so. What do you mean no signal? I got you hooked up. You serious right now, dude? So the middle monitor has no connection. There is power, but my computer cannot detect the display. So I'm gonna try and do some troubleshooting and figure out the issues, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got that hooked up. Turns out I was using the wrong DisplayPort cable, but I'm gonna be definitely playing around with this tonight and see how well the 360 Hertz refresh rate feels compared to the 240 Hertz that I owned previously. All right, so the next thing I wanna do is figure out how I'm gonna mount those massive speakers against the headboard. I need something that's going to not only support the weight, but also the size of it. I did order 2 speaker mounts that I wanna open up and see which one would work best. Let's start with the smaller one. So this one's pretty self-explanatory. I'll post a picture of what it's supposed to look like assembled, but this portion mounts against the wall, and then you stick this long piece inside of it, and then the speaker sits on this. You can see that you can also adjust the width of this, but it looks very flimsy. Like this portion is the only part, plus the bars, that supports the bottom of the speakers. And also there's also two different colors. Obviously we're using 2 different materials here. This is steel, whereas this is kind of like a plastic material. But that is way too obvious, and that's going to bother the crap out of me. Kind of matches the speaker actually, but yeah, I'm not feeling this design, to be honest. Let's try this one. Okay, the packaging on this is janky, so already I'm kind of skeptical. So already I'm loving the colors. Both the base plates and the wall mounts are in the same color and material, so you got steel on steel. So the question is, will this support the KEFs? Speaker sits on this, and then these clamps open up. They're obviously not long enough, so I think you have the option to adjust them. So yeah, these get pretty damn wide. I'm sure, yep, they'll fit the speakers without a problem. And then this portion gets mounted on the wall. And check this out, guys. It even comes with a cover to cover up the screws and the holes. How clean is that? I think we have a winner. This is it. I also want to show you guys my sound diffusers I picked up. I ordered 4 of them. 2 of them are going to be sandwiching the setup, one on the left, one on the right, and they are custom ordered. I also picked up the design and the color scheme, which is going to fit beautifully in this entire room and also match the setup's color scheme as well. These are sound diffusers, wooden sound diffusers, and I think they look freaking incredible. It's so big that they had to ship it in 2 different pieces, and I just got to hook them up together. Oh man. Ah. But yeah, guys, check out this beautiful gray to white and then to gray gradient. Obviously, this is only half of it. I'll show you guys what this is gonna look like, but yeah, super excited to mount these on the wall. So here it is, guys. This is what it's gonna look like assembled, connected together. This is almost as big as my table. This thing is massive. There were bigger pieces, obviously, but I don't wanna go too big because I didn't have much space between the wall and the desk, so I wanted to make it look nice. This is mostly a decorative piece. It does have a little bit of functionality, of course, like it does help diffuse the sound, but it's more so to make a statement than anything. All right, guys. I thought about this long and hard. What I'm about to say is gonna trigger some of you guys, specifically the audiophiles watching this video. I thought about this for about 3 days straight, did some research, looked around, and ultimately I've decided that I'm going to stick with my Cantos. What? I'll tell you why in a bit. Ultimately, I'm gonna be much happier with my Cantos. Number one, I don't like the golden cones. I found a tutorial on YouTube how to take them apart. So taking them apart to paint them is the easy part. But judging by your comments in the last video, you guys told me to not paint the cones. It's gonna affect the audio quality, and obviously you guys know more about that than I do, so I'm going to listen to your suggestion and not paint them. So if I can't paint them, they're gonna stay gold, which means I ultimately can't use them with the setup. Number two, it's not just about the color, but number two, I don't like the auto shut off feature. My Cantos have the auto shut off feature. They're awesome, that's fine. You can shut them off to conserve power, but my Cantos turn on when it detects sound. So if I'm playing a video or a game or music, it will automatically turn on by itself. The KEF speakers, they don't. I have to manually reach over and turn it on, or I can use the remote, I guess. But if I do mount the speakers on the headboard, they're gonna be further away from me, so I have to constantly get up and press the power button. It's annoying. On top of that, they're just too huge and too heavy. So everything combined together, I've kind of just decided, you know what? I'm sticking with my Canto Tuck speakers. This doesn't mean I'm downgrading. I've actually absolutely loved the sound quality of these. I've had no issues with them, so I'm actually really happy to go with them. Plus they look freaking incredible. Let me take the grill off actually. It's supposed to, yeah. I mean, these are seriously one of the best looking speakers I've ever had and best sounding speakers, right next to the KEFs. But all this means is that my wife just got a really nice upgrade. Obviously, did not take this decision lightly. They are really pricey speakers. I would have loved to use them, but ultimately it comes down to my happiness, right? That's what all this is about. It's all about happiness. If you're not gonna be happy with speakers just because of the color or whatever, then you shouldn't be forced to go with them. So yeah, ultimately it comes down to happiness. And I can give this advice to anyone watching this video. If you're building a setup, don't listen to what anyone says. It all comes down to your preference and your happiness, right? Always prioritize your happiness. I'm gonna absolutely love using these speakers in my setup, and that's it. End of story. Anyways, yeah, just wanted to make that announcement. All right, guys, I thought I would change the pace a little bit, take a break from that, and unbox something that I just got today. And I've been waiting for this for about a week. I'm so freaking excited to unbox 2 of my custom mice that just came in. Here we go. I saw the pictures on Twitter, but obviously in person it's gonna be completely different. So I had 2 custom Model O wireless mice made, and wait till you guys see what they look like. All right, let's open up silver. Okay, let's open up this one first. Oh, you guys will be wondering, Ed, what the hell is the difference? It literally looks like a Model O wireless. Wrong. Okay, this has been custom painted all white. You got the matte white, we got a white scroll wheel, and we even got white buttons with a custom TechSource logo on the side. This is so freaking clean. In fact, I'll show you guys a side-to-side comparison between this one and the original Model O. You guys can see where the custom stuff was done. So yeah, that's really cool. But this one I'm actually more excited about. So let's unbox this one too. You might be wondering also, Ed, why did you order 2 mice? Well, one is for main primary use and the other one is just for decor / backup. While I'm gaming, oh my God, yo, this looks sick. I don't even want to touch this mouse. Oh, looks so incredible. Look at that. Look at that beautiful gray gradient to white on top. Oh my God. It's a work of art. We got the white TechSource logo on the side here. This is it, my custom TechSource mice, you guys. Obviously, I'll be swapping between these 2 while I'm gaming. If this one runs out of battery, I can just switch over to this one without having to pause the game. That actually happens a lot when I'm playing Warzone with the boys, so yeah, it's really nice to have a backup in case. It almost feels a shame to use this one, to be honest. I kind of want to just display it somewhere in the setup. It looks so freaking good, you guys. Oh, this is so awesome. This is so freaking awesome. Shout out to Nacho for his amazing, amazing work. So the next step was to hook up my giant logo sign on the ceiling. Of course, I had to hire an electrician so that he can install an outlet where I can plug in the sign. But there was so much more involved in that. You see, each letter has one cable attached to it, which needs to be connected to the transmitter. But I didn't want either of the cables visible. So what they did was they drilled 2 extra holes in the ceiling to pass through both of the cables and connect to the transmitter inside the ceiling. This way, none of the cables are visible, not even the outlet, since it was precisely positioned in the middle of the letter T, so you can't see it from either side. The only thing left to do was to install the ceiling screws and attach the sign to them. The result looks incredible. I'm able to control the lights using the remote and add some pretty cool effects to it if I want. I want this to be the first thing you notice when you walk into my setup room. It's going to be the umbrella that captures your attention. It kind of sets the tone of what you can expect from the rest of the room. The next thing to install are the custom-made sound diffusers. Now these things are ginormous. They have to be delivered in 2 separate pieces, which we had to connect using the provided screws. I ordered these in a specific color scheme, design, and size to complement the space and the setup's color scheme nicely. I also hired a buddy of mine to help out since they were way too big and heavy for me to do myself. And plus, he had way more experience mounting things on the wall than I have. So it was great to have an actual professional helping out at once. We also ran into some issues where the panels were not exactly flat. That on top of the walls not being flat created extra space between the panel and the wall, which just didn't look good. I wanted these panels to sit flush against the wall. So we took it down and we re-screwed them in to compensate for the curvature of the wall and the panels, and it seemed to do the trick quite well. And then finally, we had to hook up the PC case, but that also brought forth some issues. Because the case had to be perfectly in the center of the wall, none of the holes from the mounting bracket actually lined up with the studs in the wall. And I'm not about to mount a $15,000 water-cooled system using only drywall anchors, okay? So we ended up making our own holes in the bracket to make sure it lined up with at least 2 studs. But we did end up taking advantage of the rest of the holes on the bracket with drywall anchors just so it's more secured. So one of the things I love about the mounting method of this case is that you can easily remove the entire case from the wall whenever you want. It kind of hangs on the mount like a picture frame. This will be very convenient for me when the time comes for maintenance. Oh, and you can kind of see the hole we drilled in the wall to pass through the PC cables once that's done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's what we have so far. We made some really nice progress. I gotta say, it's coming together really nicely. It's funny how this was only a simple 3D design like 3 months ago, and now it's actually coming to life, and it looks almost like the pictures. We're almost there. I would say we're about halfway there, but yeah, so much still needs to be done. We obviously installed the headboard. That's gonna take a lot more work because there's gonna be a lot of precise measurements, drilling and cutting. I don't wanna mess that up because I only have one chance. It's an expensive countertop. I don't wanna mess it up. So that's gonna be for part 3. I did swap the Kev speakers, as you guys can see. Went back to my beautiful Kanto Tux. Welcome back, guys. I missed you. And of course, we installed the amazing tech source. I keep calling it a logo. It's a sign, technically, on the ceiling with no cables. Look at that. That is beautiful. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap up part 2 here. If you're enjoying the series so far and you can't wait for part 3, let me know. Smack that like button and do let me know your thoughts and feedback so far and how the setup is coming together. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts and your feedback. Yeah, thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.